Can you pronounce these 25 brand names correctly? I'm Dewey from Learn with Dewey, and today we're going to find out. Let's get started. Starting off with this one, which can be quite controversial. A lot of people pronounce it RYOBI, but having worked directly with the marketing team from their company, it's actually pronounced RYOBI. RYOBI. RYOBI, not RYOBI. Next up, we have the Swedish home furnishings giant. Now this one's kind of confusing because technically in Swedish, it's pronounced IKEA, just like Zlatan would. But in the United States, we actually pronounce it IKEA. 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 Next up is a software company that's famous for making Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and this you pronounce as Adobe. 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 Here's another company with a name that's not native to English. And of course, technically in French, this is pronounced differently, but in the United States, we mispronounce a lot of things. So in the US, we pronounce this LaCroix. Not like it's properly pronounced in France, LaCroix, but LaCroix. Next up, another famous brand. This is specifically famous for their shoes. And in the UK, they might say Nike, but in the United States, where the company's from, we call it Nike. Nike. This brand is called Nike. Is there any company more famous than this one right here? This is pretty simple. It's Apple, just like the fruit, Apple. Now, technically, some of their computers are called Macs or Macintosh, but the company is called Apple. Apple. This is arguably the most popular donut shop in the United States, and even though they use K's, it's still pretty straightforward. Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme donuts. Let's get some Krispy Kreme. This is a common sandal company here in the United States, and this can be fairly confusing, but it's pronounced Teva. Not Teva, but Teva. Next we have a clothing brand, and this one's a name, but the last bit can be sometimes confusing for people. It's Tommy Hilfiger. Tommy Hilfiger. Tommy Hilfiger. This is a computer company, and even though it looks like an acronym because all the letters are capitalized, you say it as one word, ASUS. 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 Next, we have an all-American staple for workwear, which has interestingly become a fashion brand in the rest of the world, and we call this Carhartt. 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 Following along with the clothing brand theme, next up we have a famous jean company called Levi's, named after the founder, Levi Strauss. These jeans are called Levi's. Next, we have a car manufacturer, and this company is called Cadillac, or a slang term is your caddy, but more formally, Cadillac. Another shoe company, not quite as big as Nike. This one is pronounced Reebok. 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 Next up, a fast food staple here in the United States, famous for their burgers and fries. This brand is called McDonald's. 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 Next up, a company that makes wax coloring sticks, known as crayons. This company's name is pronounced Crayola. 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 And now on to another computer company. This one can be a little bit of a tongue twister. It's pronounced HEWLETT-PACKARD. 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 Or also for short, HP. The next car company we're going to be talking about is Dodge. This company is pronounced Dodge. From the United States now to a German car company. Technically, this company is pronounced in German BMW, but in the United States we pronounce it BMW. BMW. That's the English pronunciation. Another computer company starting with an A, this one is pronounced Acer. 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 Back to another German company, and this one is tough, even for Americans. It's technically pronounced Braun. Braun. Not brawn necessarily, but brown. Another car manufacturer, this one is pronounced Chevrolet. 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 Or for short, Chevy. Next up, we have a cooler company that makes your little coolers that you take when you go to the beach or go on to take your lunch to different places, and it's pronounced IGLOO. Let's get our igloo. Oh my goodness. Let's get our igloo. Okay, I think we're gonna have to skip those. It's pronounced igloo. All right, next up for a gas company, or in England they call it a petrol company. We pronounce this ExxonMobil. 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 And then another all-American company, this one they make coffee, is pronounced Folgers. 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 And next, a shaving company, and you pronounce this Gillette. 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 I hope you liked this video. Be sure to like and subscribe down below and stay tuned for more videos just like this. I'll see you in the next one.